Just don't answer it. We're going live now. Cool. Hey guys, how you going? Dad's coming.
Sorry. Hey! Afternoon! Good morning! I don't know, hang on. Well, it's mid-morning here in Oz, and apparently it's early evening there in America.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd try something different. So you don't have to rush off to work when you have a chat to us. Because all our fans over there, you're normally rushing past trying to feed the kids and trying to bloom and get everything organised for school and work and panic. So we had 5 minutes. Well, did we have 5 minutes to spare?
Oh,
Not really, but anyway, we're having a go. So we'll see what happens.
Cool. So we got questions. We're further back because we got questions on the iPad as well, so we can make it a bit easier.
Yes.
So, hey Steve, hey Cards 365 or 350, Lord Nighty Lee Me. That's cool. Good morning.
Nighty me.
Yeah, we're good by the way.
Yes.
Thanks. Yes. Hey Cards. What about you guys?
What's going on? Everybody going all right? Was working? I don't know. Is it the weekend or midweek? It'd have to be the middle of the week. Would it be?
Yeah.
Would it be the weekend? What day are we up to?
Hi Dan.
What's going on, Dan?
Well, it's Wednesday today, and so it'll be Tuesday night in America.
Cool. Isn't this a weird planet, how the days and the stuff work out? I was wondering if you flew the right way on a jet plane, would you be able to have a birthday for a week and a half?
No, but you can have a birthday if you fly from Australia to America.
Yeah.
Traveling east past Sydney, you can have your birthday you have your birthday, and then you can have your birthday again. But if you're traveling back from America, you can miss your birthday altogether.
Wondering that'd keep you young. I might try that.
Yeah. I wonder if you just do it every year.
Just do it every year and just never die.
Yeah.
That might be the secret to eternal youth. just skip over your birthday every year. I wonder if that works. That's the sort of theory of
I'm sure
time.
would.
That's the theory of space travel when they put you to sleep.
Yeah.
But I reckon you'd be pushing your luck.
I think you would be.
There. Sounds like good fun though.
Yeah.
If we could afford it, we'd give it a crack.
Cool. So in NYC it's 4:30. Oh, maybe I got the time wrong. I thought it was going to be 8 o'clock. Whoops.
Oh dear. See, he's in charge of logistics.
Have you guys had daylight savings already? Anyway, ignore me. Hi Mike.
It's 12.
Charles.
Oh, sorry.
I'm at 12.
Where are we up to? Oh, I am 12.
Whereabouts
sorry.
are you? It's 90 degrees Fahrenheit. That's pretty warm.
Already?
Hey guys. Hey Jordan. Hope you're having a good morning. Yeah, we are. It's 8:32 p.m. in New York City. Cool. And 35.
You got one state right.
It's 8:30 in Detroit. Oh, so I was kind of right.
Yeah, you're in the ballpark. That's cool.
It's 12 o'clock. Oh, Lewis. Oh, he's 12. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's 12 and he's at school.
He's at school. Ah, awesome. That's cool.
Cool. Are you watching us at school? Are you little scamp? Good for you.
That's brilliant. Nice.
Shh, I'll keep it down so the teacher doesn't catch us.
Oh, Steve. Yeah, cool. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Sweet. Oh, yeah, because 2030 is 8:30, isn't it? Oh, it's holidays. School
it's holidays. Cool. Good on ya.
Hi, Thomas. Hi, the B-Man. Who else we got on here? Bradley, how you going? Hi, everyone. It only takes 3 seconds to X out. Smash the like
icon and re-enter the live chat. Come on. What does that mean?
Isn't to give more likes, I hope. No,
okay. Maybe that's what it means.
Yeah, cool. Anyway,
good for you, technology.
What do you think Dad's glasses?
Oh, God. I can't find my other glasses, and now it's weird. I can read here, but I can't see myself on the screen, so that's a bit odd. So I'm not sure where I'm going to go with this. I've got to go like that. I've got to get those. What are those stupid glasses they had on the telly that you can auto adjust?
Oh, yeah.
Results may vary.
Awesome. Cool. All right, so anybody got any awesome questions? Thomas has got a question. Sorry. Hey, Cards first. How's the flowers you planted and the seeds, have they popped up yet?
They're about that big. So, yes. And I've got to go weeding tomorrow. Well, actually, I'm going weeding on the weekend because the wife's heading down to Adelaide without me because she's going to a hen's night or hen's weekend, or is it called a hen's thing now? Anyway, pre-wedding piss up. So I'll be left at home to go weeding and getting stuff ready for spring, which is springing pretty dramatically.
Yeah.
Chicks.
Cool. And what are you guys up to with the bees this time of year?
Yep. Well, we're here in spring, so we're just getting psyched up, trying to, well, basically I'm just checking the honey supers to see whether I'm going to under super some of them coming up soon. And we're getting set up to catch some swarms because they're all sort of just starting to ramp up. So that's the plan, and pretty much this afternoon's fun. We're going to move some bees down to the apples for some pollination. I'm going to go through a couple of boxes to see how they come out of the winter because I've got a few left that I haven't checked yet. I don't know. The other day I was full-assing around with a few girls and I thought, man, the sun went down on me before I'd finished. I don't know what the hell happens. It chews up your life. But I guess there's worth ways to fill it up.
Thomas is getting ready for winter where he is.
Oh.
Byron, hi from WA. Yeah, the more likes and comments the earlier you get, the more YouTube spreads the video out. Oh, that's awesome. Cool. Sweet.
Cool.
Right.
Okay, everybody in and out, in and out. Hey, that sounded rude. Sorry.
Hey, Susan from Massachusetts, I think that is. Yeah,
Massachusetts.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. What are you doing?
Nothing. Your phone is talking
My
to you.
phone's talking to myself.
In your voice.
Stop it, hey, whatever it's called. Siri's trying to talk to me on my phone. So, Steve, what do you mean chicks? What's that about, Steve? Mendez-double. Sorry, I'm going to pronounce that wrong.
That's all right. Anyway. Where are we up? How many hives you got at the moment, Dad?
We're still sitting around about the 100. What have we got? We had a bit of a shitty winter, so we've got 60 there and another 80. So I don't know, about 120-ish, give or take. So hopefully we can catch another. Hopefully we're planning on getting another 20 or 30 hives or swarms down at the. We've got another spot to go for a bit of different. Apparently there's swarms and stuff everywhere down there. So. We call them chicks. What, women folk? Yes, we call them chicks here too. And the lovely little chicks too, the chickens, and you can eat them eventually. So that's another whole. Ladies and babes.
Pilot McBride wants to know truck update, next project, next organised.
Yes.
Barber.
Yep, that's on the list. Truck update coming up this afternoon.
Yeah, we're filming that this afternoon.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just doing all the social media. I'm not trying to be.
He's distracted, you see.
I'm trying to get.
He tells me off for that. We're having breakfast and he's like getting all excited because actually gets excited.
There and you and Mum are just on your phone and.
Well, I'm actually responding to emails and Mum's checking out what's going on the book of face.
Sure.
No, don't believe me. Tell you what.
It doesn't look like emails.
Nobody knows the troubles I've seen. Yes, we were just discussing the aquarium. Thank you for asking. We were talking about what we're hoping to do when we're going to get some feedback on this live questionnaire. We're hoping to set up a live stream from it, which was our plan for the aquarium, was to have a what are they called? Security camera on the way in and one inside the hive, so you can actually watch them building their nest and doing their thing. So we're just kicking around a few ideas. I think it's about $500 for the cameras and the links and yeah. And then we've got to figure out who's paying the internet bill.
Well, you've got unlimited internet, so you'll be fine.
So apparently I'm paying the internet bill. So anyway, that's funny that.
Yeah, you'll be right.
Yeah, see, I'll be right. Yeah. I remember that when talking about internet bills. This is a good story. When the young fella we lived out on the farm and we had to have a satellite dish because the silly bloody MBM didn't turn up. And the young fella was downloading too many movies, and so the internet slowed down on him. So he went, right, and he switched the download to the upload, and I got a $2,500 bill for friggin' uploading too much stuff on the internet, because apparently, if you upload stuff... Anyway, doesn't matter. The bill was insane, and we had just a little bit of excitement when he was about, 13 or 14. I can't remember how old he was, but there was much enthusiasm when the internet got disconnected. There was much yelling and shouting. But I didn't have to pay it all anyway, because I rang up the telecom company and said my 4-year-old pushed the wrong button.
I'm just going to sit here in shame.
No, it was all good. I just, not that I ever told him, I was quietly impressed that he could turn the bloody thing around and make it work. I don't think he knew how much it was going to cost. I got
help from my mate.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, who's now a computer technician.
God.
So, you can kind of blame him.
Is it okay to plant light in the season for planting, throwing seeds? As it is officially fall here, can I expect flowers for bees?
You got to say it out loud.
Oh, sorry. sorry. I'm just reading your question, Steve. Is it okay to plant late in the season for planting, throwing seeds as officially fall here? Is it fall there already? Wow. I can expect flowers for bees. Well, I'm going to give you, it's going to depend on what sort of seeds they are. Because some seeds, yes, well, you can plant them and they'll come up in the spring. But here, normally I try to, well, although if you've seen the seed planting episode, apparently I should have planted them seeds in the middle of winter. But it doesn't snow here, so I'm not really sure. I would make sure you talk to the nursery and stuff. But yeah, you can chuck some seeds out and what the hell anyway. As long as they don't cost a fortune.
Exactly.
Do you purchase bees or make new hives with splits? Yep, splits and purchasing. And what have we got? How long did it take to get to 100 hives? Well, we actually have been up and down because we did really well the first couple of years when the seasons were beautiful. And so, yeah, to expand I was talking to someone the other day. It's actually reasonably easy to multiply your bees. It's just a matter of having enough food for them when you multiply them. So, yeah, you can do a bit of both splitting and buying and getting new queens, and it really depends on how healthy everything is. The healthier your hives are, the easier they are to split. So you can do a couple a year if you've got enough food. So just, yeah, it's all variable on what the ladies are, how they're going.
Where are we up to?
I was just answering Darren Barris. Sorry, Darren. I suck with names.
2H videos. G'day, fellas. Going back a while, there was a concern Mark was becoming a greenie. Now with the Pollinator Town campaign and a lot of concern in recent videos, have you admit that you're finally a greenie?
I wouldn't call myself a greenie. I would say I'm environmentally aware. There you go. I'm going to start my own organisation called the Environmentally Aware Pollinator Group. There you go. So I don't know, because I'm concerned about up there, getting myself shot trying to save a dolphin. I mean, I'm not likely to chain myself to a tree because that could get a little bit weird. Although I suppose we could that'd make a good video.
Yeah,
the bush bee man chained to a tree. But I think I'm really quite concerned about the planet, but I don't know whether I'd call myself a greenie as such. But I'm definitely tiptoeing on the edge.
Yeah, I think within reason.
Yes. Yeah. I guess I'm not an extremist greenie, but I think we could do a lot better the way we treat the planet.
Yeah.
As a whole, us human beings.
I think it's finding a middle ground.
Yes.
Or more than a middle ground, but
yeah,
finding that system where we can make it work, but also enable us not to fuck our planet for the rest of eternity.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess we've got to figure out how to feed 7 billion people somehow, so we can't. But we could make some room for the natural environment in amongst that, or have some concern at least. That's I guess, I don't know, does that make me a greenie? Maybe it does.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah.
Maybe a little bit green.
Thanks, so that was a good question. Thank you. Where are we up to? Where do we live? We live in Loxton in South Australia.
Yeah. If you Google that, you probably won't find it.
You will. It's in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Have you considered opening a bee school or do bee tours for adults and kids?
We are definitely on the agenda. We're just a little bit far away. I've had a few different school excursions and different bits and pieces and the talks and all the rest of it. But yes, we would love to. It's just a matter of the economics. I'm actually hoping to find a bit of property a bit closer to the city, so it might be, more economical viable. Because I figure if we get through the 20 schools we have in our immediate district, so yeah. But definitely on the list of things to do.
I'm sorry, I was distracted doing the social media stuff. So with the with the fish tank hive.
Oh, back to that. Yes.
I didn't read everybody's opinion. So what do you guys think? I did a test. I've got the infrastructure set up for the streaming end of it. So it'll be a 24-hour stream. And people come and go and whatever you want. So yeah.
You can have a therapeutic bee watch.
But yeah, let me know in the comments.
Might be a de-stressing bee.
Let me know in the comments and in the chat what you guys think and if it's a good idea and give me a thumbs up. So. Cool.
And I thought we could call the live feed stressless bee watching. Or stressless bee watching.
Yeah. Be less stressed.
Be less stressed and watch a bee. That's pretty good. Anyway, throw in a name.
Awesome. Where are we up to? What do you do for fun besides being the bush beam? Where are you at? Where are you? Well, I don't know what that means. What are you at there doing?
What are we doing at the minute?
No. What do you do for, other than beekeeping? What do you do with your life other than falling asleep in front of the television at night?
I do. I grow almonds and I Oh, I did actually, yes. If you're asking me what I actually do as a hobby, as in something relaxing, which is what we're all meant to have, I actually decided 6 months ago that I needed a hobby, so I went rock and roll dancing.
Oh yeah, that's all right.
I've actually technically got a hobby, which is kind of cool, and that's a whole nother like rabbit hole you can run down. Blooming heck, I tell you what, they're another subculture you can get involved with. Anyway, really good fun. I can't clap in beat, so it's rather funny. Me and the missus, we're dancing around the dance floor, and she goes, "You ever out of sync with the blooming song, lad?" And I'm going, "Well, I don't know." Well, you just prod me in the right direction. But anyway, it's really good fun. And hell, I don't know. Give me another 20 years if I'm not dead. I might be any good at it.
Mum's brought steel cap dance shoes.
She treads on my feet, so there you go. That's because my feet are in the wrong spot.
How long until we harvest our first flow hive? Wow, I think they're slowly getting.
Yeah, I think they need a new queen because they're just a little bit blooming slack around the edges. So that's on the. I tried to get a couple of new queens are coming, but they're a bit. Yeah, they're going to be another 4 or 5 weeks ago. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's coming and gone.
Lewis, are you asking mentally or physically? Do you do bee courses?
As in for other people or for myself? Well, it's back around to somewhere to host them is the trouble. Like we would love to do, but where we live, we're kind of run out of population. So the infrastructure to put it together to do the courses might leave us a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, and plus we've got so much else going on. We were thinking about doing a online course, if we can figure out how to finance it, so that we can film it and so we can reach bigger audiences with training.
Yeah,
that's that. But hell, apparently that costs a lot of money to set up.
Oh yeah, I mean that's something we were hoping to start working on and maybe even crowdfund it. So yeah, how long until you? We've done that one. Sorry, guys. Being a tree farmer and a bee farmer seems you're doing more than millions of others. That's cool. Every town, especially city council, should have a greater responsibility for each other. Is a natural. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think you're quite right. And the thing with it is, being that we've all been urbanised and cityised, it's probably in our interest because the natural, the natural farming areas that used to be quite pollinator friendly are getting harder and harder on them because they're the way they have to farm to feed everybody, which is not a crack at the farmers. They got to do what they got to do, and otherwise we'd all starve to death. I'm sure if we went down to the shop and there wasn't a loaf of bread to eat, we'd get all a bit toey. But I think we can get our councils who are planting gardens, as I said in that little episode, they're planting them anyway. So why not plant some pollinator friendly plants, or at least consider it? Although I did have one dear old soul say to me, "Oh, well, if we actually planted plants that attracted the bees, then wouldn't it be a liability factor?" And I'm like, going, "Well, I'm sure the bees are there anyway." So, God.
Taryn from California, that's awesome. Hey.
Hey, California. How's it going? There's a cool song, California, isn't there?
Yeah. Lewis says, "How old are you?" And I asked earlier and he didn't reply, but is it mentally or physically asking how old?
Oh, nice. Yeah, so I'm 12, going on 50-something.
How do you guys control swarming with your hives at this time of year?
Oh fun, oh joy. That's what I would say. I was going through some the other day and the blooming drones were building up, so I was like, I think that's going to swarm. Yes. Well, it depends. You try to give them enough room so that they aren't honey bound and they've got places for the queen to lay and they're not overpopulated. But of course, then sometimes when you give them enough room, then the pheromones get lost and then they'll swarm anyway. But nah, it's hell. If you wanted to get really motivated, you re-queen and then you got a young queen and she won't swarm. But then you got to do that every year.
Productivity might drop then.
Yeah. So you do a split so you can actually create the swarm that you say is nice and easy. You can keep and you double your population. Hence why most beekeepers that start off with 2 boxes end up with 10 boxes, end up with 50 boxes, and next thing you know, you got a truck.
I got in a lot of trouble with the truck episode. My wife was watching it because she watches all the episodes to make sure that we don't get in trouble. That doesn't say anything too inappropriate, but quality control officer. I forgot my work boots that week, and so then I had a pair of sneakers on, and she was fuming that I was standing there holding that crane when it was dropping into place, and without my work boots on. But I
Smack on his
remember in
bottom.
the Mythbusters episode where they dropped a bunch of steel, like that would have been, and it actually shown that the steel caps spent most of the time severed the person's toes rather than protected them.
Yes, but it's relative to how heavy the thing is.
Well,
that's
that
dropping.
fucking crane was huge and heavy.
Well, true.
I think that would have acted like a guillotine.
Yeah, it wouldn't have done your toes any good.
I think, yeah, I guess they would have amputated automatically rather than having to deal with them being crushed.
The really sad part, all of that too, is that I don't know that he's covered in the insurance policy, so I would have just had to dig a hole quick.
We'll come up with a good story.
Or send him back to work with it bandaged up.
Oh, great. Or liability insurance, at least.
Yeah.
Forgetting the dancing mate, learned to play the bongo. Banjo, sorry.
I wish I could play music. I actually tried to learn to play the...
clap.
Shut up. I tried to learn to play the guitar, so... Hell. I'll give you a hint. When I was at school, and you know how you start off with the recorder thing? And you do and whatever else, and the poor bloody music teacher said, "Now listen, Mark, can you just go and get the water for the real musicians? You know, you've got no chance." So, no hope. So it's just not good. Anyway, I wish I could play a banjo. I would make up some cool songs then.
You could. Anyway, you guys are doing an amazing job. When did you seriously get into beekeeping?
I reckon probably 3 or 4 years ago, I suppose, yeah, when I got really crazy. But I've been playing around with it for a fair while. But it just got, yeah. I've seen a massive need, and I thought, well, I'll get a bit more serious about keeping them. So, yeah, I would say around that sort of time frame, roughly, so for getting serious.
Axum Abdoli.
I guess it depends on what you call getting serious.
Hello from... I can't say that.
Hangazin.
That's awesome. Cool. Hey, sorry, I'm terrible with pronunciation.
Abide.
Can't even pronounce
Maybe that's a awkward English translation.
I don't think so. I think that's how it's said, but I'm not sure how to say it. Sorry. Taryn, it's 35 degrees here in California. That's how it's going. Damn. Do you guys... most of your houses built not with air conditioning? Because I guess in Australia it's so bloody hot we all have air conditioning.
I think California would have air conditioning. It'd just be down further when it's cold. Because it's a bloody big country, America.
True. California is actually quite a big state.
Yeah, and pretty hot. That's where they grow all the almonds. So they're a bit like us. They're a bit sort of, what do they call it? Mediterranean. Cold, dry summers. Hot, dry summers. And a bit cold winters.
Yeah. Hello from the west coast of Canada. Hey, Ben. What camera am I filming? I'm filming... The camera's out in the shed. I went from filming on a 5D to recently purchasing a C100 Canon. So half of it came from my own business expenses, and the other half you guys help pay from the Patreon to help the show progress. So thank you.
Because the poor blooming camera we were using first was technically a camera, so it just meant to take photos, and it had a little bit of trouble because it was running its ass off. So we had to upgrade to make the show happen. Yeah, so thank you guys for helping us out with the Patreon. So, yeah, it's been fantastic. That's why you've noticed that the images are a bit crisper and the colours are nicer. And the other cool thing about that camera is we can shoot in the shed and what's outside isn't blown out to buggery. So, yeah. The only downside that I can see so far is you can see my wrinkles better. So. Anyway, sorry, I digress. You're going to bribe me to make it out of focus? Nah, I don't think it matters. Everybody, I think I'm adorable. Apparently, with my wrinkles. Mike wants to know: have you ever tried breeding your own queens? Oh, I do breed them, but I'm a bit slack, so I don't necessarily. If your meaning is in taking the little eggs and putting them in the queen cups and getting really serious, no. But when I find a nice split that I want to use, I'll actually I split them off, get them to raise some queen cells, and I cut those queen cells and put them in the other splits that I'm making. So technically, of course, you could say I'm raising some queens, but I'm not really professionally. So that's on the list of things to do if a bloke finds a spare minute. The wife was going to do that. She said that she could become a queen breeder. I thought that was a really cool idea. But anyway, then she went back to work again. So it's like, damn it. Someone's got to bring the money in. Where are we? Sorry, I'm rattling, aren't I? Someone's playing the banjo. I read here somewhere. Yeah. Pilot says, mate, I'm 64 and having a crack at the banjo. Only got 4 strings you need to worry about rather than 6. Oh, okay.
I don't think it's about how many strings it is. It's about Dad's ability to keep a tempo.
See, this is what I got to deal with, the encouragement. See, you could just say maybe it would be a good idea. Go and get a banjo.
Hey, with the steel caps, you made a good point. Your sever means you can sew them back on, whereas if you squish them, they're screwed. That's a good point.
Good point. They bloody hurt either which way.
Jack wants to know, do you guys have Varroa Mites? If so...
no, hallelujah.
Thank goodness not in Australia.
No, not yet. We're the only country apparently that hasn't got them yet. But I was talking to like someone the other day, and if we were to go, like when we get newer equipment, I'm going to actually implement some of those mesh bases for the Varroa Mites. So is it going forward? I mean, heck, statistically, you'd have to say that we're going to get them. So
at some point,
I'm thinking I'm going to have at least some of the hives that'll be sort of set up, ready to rock and roll. Because I'm I'm reasonably sure that when all that happened, it was a bit of a spin out in everybody's country.
It was reasonably quick, probably.
Yeah.
Terrence says, yes, almost all the AC. I work on the freeway though, and it's hotter than on the black. Oh, I'm sorry.
Mate.
Oh, that would be bad.
Do you do the sign thing, or are you doing the actual tar and hot? I watch the boys fixing the roads, and I think the blooming hell. Not only is it screaming hot on the tar, and then the bloody got all the hot tar as well. So add another dimension of heat. Like, God, I bet you'd have bloody decent boots on.
Where are we up to? Any thoughts on slatted racks? Slatted racks.
Slatted racks. Are we talking as in the bases, with the slats on the base, to try and stop the breeze? Is that what we're talking about? I was just thinking here with the 1 or 2 brood boxes. Yes, good question. I think in the winter time, the 2 brood boxes can be quite good if you have it so they can actually move up and put their ball into where the honey is. But the downside to it is if you've once you get to a brood inspection in the spring, you've got blooming 20 frames to check rather than only the 10. So that can be a pain in the arse. So yes, it can be advantage, but it's also a disadvantage. So I would suggest that if you want to winter them that way, that's fine. And then shake them all under the jolly queen excluder and put the queen excluder back on, and then come back in a little while after all that brood up the top's hatched out, and then you don't have to check the bottom ones. But anyway, that's been my experience. I think they wintered better, but it was a pain in the ass coming into spring. Well, and it all depends how many you've got. If you've got 2, well, that's probably cool. If you've got 2,000, it's a pain in the bum. I have no idea.
One more. You get to see the fish tank observation hive. We'll do a video where we're putting the cameras in, but we're going to do a live stream.
Yeah.
24 hours of the fish tank, so you get to watch it all the time. Is there any chance of seeing many more mead videos / wine brewing videos as it goes on?
Yes. I'm going to make some mead spirits, but anyway, we can get in trouble for that.
No, unfortunately, pilot, not at the moment. What's the worst pest you have?
Well, definitely the worst drama we can have is the American foul brood, or the foul brood that's tagged from America. I don't think it came from there, but anyway, that's what it gets called. That's probably our most devastating, because that'll you destroy the hive completely. Well, you have to destroy them when you find it. And then you got the European one, which is just a bigger pain in the ass, but you can at least treat that. And then, but personally, probably the biggest excitement we normally have is the jolly moths, because if the hive gets a little bit weak later in the season, and then the moths turn up and breed at the corners, and then all of a sudden they're overrun, and that's a pain in the ass. So, but yeah, we're really lucky. The little hive beetles, we don't really have many of them. We have a few, but they don't breed so well in our hot summers. Because I don't know. Anyway, they don't seem to be a problem. That's about the only ones I can think of off the top of my head that I find annoying. Anyway.
Yeah. Taryn, first responder to car accidents. I remember you telling us this. Yeah, that makes sense on the hot day.
Oh, sorry.
Car accidents. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I remember you.
Sorry, Taryn.
No, we talked. Yeah, I remember this from the other month. Sorry about that. And sorry we didn't do one last month. It was just a bit crazy around here.
Things do get nuts. And I'm not, man, first day. I bet you've seen some crap. No wonder you watch us for a bit of respite care.
We're up to. G'day, Bushby man. Hey, Phil. How do you direct it? They go in between the bottom board and the bottom board and the bottom brood box. And how do you direct that? You were answering Jake's question.
Yeah. The main idea with that is, as far as I can figure out, is when you're transporting them on your truck or your trailer or whatever you're doing, they've got more room to move away from the heat. Because if you think about it, when you're transporting the box and they've only got that little tiny gap at the bottom, then they've got nowhere to go, so they all cluster out the front, and so it just helps with that, and it also helps with the draft. So as when the wind comes in, they doesn't come straight in and up into the brood. That seems to be my understanding, and there's so many different options with that. I've got blooming slatted bottoms and friggin' flat bottoms and holes drilled in shit. There's like, man, I reckon everybody's tried everything in this beekeeping gig, so I've got bits of everything.
Cool. See you, Lewis. Thank you for watching. Taryn, yeah, no need to be sorry. The wife and I love your show, and it's our comedy relief every week. That's it.
Cool.
And thank you guys for being patient this week, just needing the week off just to be able to film, try this out, and just get in front, because last month I was spending most of the month filming for like 13 TV commercials, so felt like we wanted to do quality versus quantity, and we're getting to that point where we could rush something and have it out and it not be as good. So I felt like if we took the week off, we can get in front and make it sure it's good.
Plus, it's sort of awkward. We ran a bit of stuff through the winter, and we're just coming into the spring, and there's been a lot of stuff to organise that hasn't necessarily been filmable.
Yeah, interesting stuff to film. Yeah. So now we're coming into the springtime. We've got swarm starting and everything else, and moving bees. So yeah. So thank you guys for understanding.
I'm glad you're still enjoying that fridge, honey.
Got it. Thanks. Some bee videos coming, and we will do.
Yep.
I'm still enjoying it. That's awesome. Thanks, Taryn. Thank you for supporting us.
Yes, you are a good bloke.
Thanks, Steve. If you ask 5 beekeepers, you'll get 10 methods and 8 recommendations. Yes, very true.
Yes, and then they'll have an argument. It's all very interesting. And yes, and sometimes the advice they give you, I think they're seriously trying to send you astray, because it's like, nah, I don't think that's right. But anyway, it's all, I think, live and learn. I think that's the way with this game.
Yeah. How far are you planning on going with your truck? Are you going to take the girls on a tour around the country?
That's a thought. Hey, talking about going on tour around the country, I said to the wife, we're given a couple of years and we'll get organised, we'll get a few different sites around the countryside. We could have instead of being geriatric gypsies with our ute and our blooming caravan behind, we could have a bee truck. She wasn't over keen. I said, well, we can make a little, a square box behind the cabin, and we could have a tour around Australia in a bee truck. But yeah, anyway, I couldn't really sell the idea, but I thought it might be fun.
I've got another job.
Yeah. That's scared. That's scared her back to work. That's how positive she was about that idea.
Best question of the day. I think it's Jaden Lee. How do you not die from all the shit trying to kill you down in Oz?
Yes, very good question. With all the spiders and all the blooming stuff that you read if you're going to go on tour. Believe it or not, there is not that many people that die of snake bites and spider bites down here. But it is probably up north, up in the Northern Territory. There's a little bit more excitable stuff going on. But yeah, I don't know. I had a Swedish dude ask me that once. He was all scared because he was here travelling. He was a backpacker helping us out doing some stuff, and he was all freaking out about all the stuff that can kill you in Australia. And I said, tell you what, maybe you should read All the Shit Can Kill You when you come home. It's because you don't hear about it too often that someone dying of a spider bite.
No, Bill, you're not too late. We've still got half an hour. Taryn, thank you so much for watching, dude. Thank you for your support, and good luck on the road. And no more radio caps.
No more radiator caps. That was completely stupid. Yes, I could have been one of your customers, but a little bit far away. But yes.
Yeah, sister, you should have. Yeah, my sister went pretty crazy at us. But anyway,
I reckon I was in more danger after the danger. I tell you what, took me a little while. I think I'm nearly out of probation. I think I've got 4 weeks to go. Then I'm not allowed to do anything dumb for.
I think the best part was I copped it worse from her than you did.
Yeah, well, you should have been responsible instead of laughing at me.
I wasn't even fucking there. I was in the car down the road. You
laughed.
Oh, yeah.
Laughed loudly. Well, it was rather hilarious, but I wasn't dead.
When I got there, I didn't know what the fuck happened until you explained it. And I watched the video back and I was like, oh, shit.
Yes, anyway. Was not clever. Let's not do that again. At least I got a new radiator cap for some other bit of machinery I needed to get one for.
Yeah, Simon, good question about the aquarium top bar hive. It worked out really well. We're actually to the point where we're going to buy some security cameras today and set up a live stream for you guys. So be able to watch 24 hours. I don't know how many people watch, but it will be something. I'm planning to put the cameras a bit lower so you can see the whole thing, because I looked at there's one other live stream that for bees, which is interesting enough, but it's like really close to the comb, so you can't see too much going on. So I'm going to try and make it a little bit wider so you can see what the bees are doing a little bit more.
Yep. Well, that's if people are interested, but I think that'd be interesting.
I think so.
Yeah.
Simon's going to build one of your aquarium hives. Awesome. Nice. Yeah,
cool.
Send us some photos. Oh, yes. That was what I forgot about that. Somebody sent... Hang on, I'm going to find it. I think I'm going to try something new on this. So, Dad, you want to keep asking questions?
Someone actually sent us a picture of a fridge hive that they built. So, what do we got? How's the styrofoam hives working? Yes, Bill, how are the styrofoam? I quite like them. The only problem is cleaning them is a bit of fun. Like after they've been used for a little while, cleaning them up is a little bit more complicated than wood, because it's obviously, you can't bloom and warm them up, so you've got to use different stuff. And they're probably not as robust when you're doing, like when you're moving them around. So if you're gonna go down that way, especially in a commercial sense, you've got to probably buy all the frame, like the palletized frames to hold it all together, and a different sort of lid format, so you can actually put some tin on the lid so when they don't rub on each other. But as far as the performance in the actual hive, they're bloody awesome. The girls love it and they work really well. But as far as their longevity, I'm not 100% sure.
All right, I'm wondering if you guys can see that now, but yeah, cool. You can see it. All right, I'm testing out a new studio thing for the bee show, for the live cam. But Trina Q made a fridge hive.
Oh, yeah, check this out.
So
we're an inspiration, we are.
Like I particularly like the fact that they put house roofs on the outside just to shade the bees, which is cool. Did an amazing job.
Yeah, doesn't it look cool?
Yeah, and I like the sign too. That was awesome. So, yeah.
Susan says, "Bees are giving us many good laughs."
So yeah, cool. All right, I'll figure out how to get that whole like screen capture thing a little bit better next time around. But I thought it'd be cool to be able to show you some of that.
Thank you, Susan. And the reason I had a black eye, would you believe, it wasn't actually a black eye. The wife hadn't whacked me. It was just I'd had a bee sting from the episode about 10 minutes before that, and it just swollen up a little bit. So that was what that was about. I'm pretty sure that was to go. I had that little sting right on my blooming eyelid, right there. She's just come flying in and went, bang!
It was when we were getting the honeycomb for that.
Yes.
Chef.
Yeah. Somebody wanted me to film the intro without any protective gear, and the lady said, "I remember that prick."
Don't have the refrigerator honey from the hive. It came out cool already. Yeah, nice. Brilliant fridge hive. Yeah, it was. It was even better than ours. I don't think they were really designed for migratory beekeeping. No, you need a forklift to move them.
Yeah. It could be interesting. But it's a cool top bar hive. Well, so they're cool. It worked. I mean, I put frames in mine because it was easier. But anyway.
What was that? Jaden. I have one of those Emmy
hives.
I find the girls do well in those too. I think it's insulation. Lets them control inside out. Okay, I'll just Google what they are so we can see what they are.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Well, that's the go. If they can naturally move the air through and you don't get hot and cold, which is. I meant flow hives. Where of opposite original? I don't think. Oh, yes. Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, the flow hives are definitely. Although the flow hive itself isn't really good for migrations, but I have heard a bloke mounted some in a set them up a little bit like those Slovakian.
Yeah,
the trucks that are permanently, or trailers that are permanent bee apiaries, mobile apiaries that are permanently on there. And they'd set them up I'm kind of toying with the idea of doing that myself. So you could just waltz in with your honey, and you could just ring, and you have a bucket full of honey. But anyway, what are they? About $400 a pop. I'm not that wealthy, so
flow hives.
Just the top bit
Oh yeah,
Just
the
the
honey
top,
super,
just
yeah.
the honey super is about $400 or $500, and I'm like thinking, well, if I wanted 20 or something, that's a lot of money real quick.
So it's insulated, plastic outside, insulation in the middle, and then it's got vents, and you can adjust.
Yeah,
Oh,
for the different times of year. Yeah,
that looks really cool.
Lots of cool ideas.
Nice. Where are we? I've been making hive traps out of light and easy polystyrene esky boxes.
Oh, well done! You
perfect size and have caught 2 swarms already. That's awesome.
I tried that the other year. I was trying that the other year. I didn't have much success. What are you using for bait? As in, have you got an old brood comb in there, or you got? I mean, I ended up with so many old boxes, which is technically what we're showing at the minute. I ended up with so many old boxes for my swarm catching. It seems to work anyway. But what did you use for bait? Sorry, I've lost myself. Where are we up to?
Steve, I'm sorry. Do you want to ask your question again? I'm not sure what you meant by whose idea in general, speaking about filming, was this? As in, like
lemongrass. Yep, cool.
About filming the show in general. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, they latch together. So you with that hive I just showed you from Jaden, they have the insulation, but you also latch the hives down so they stay together. Yeah.
We've got something similar here as well, but it's all relative to money.
Steve's question. Oh, so whose idea was it generally to start filming? Dad's.
I was watching lots of bee videos on the internet when I was trying to look up. I think I was looking up queen rearing or looking up something. I can't remember exactly. And there was a reasonable amount of bee shows, but they're all pretty blooming uninteresting. Like as in, so we thought we'd make a show that was a bit broader, so it'd be a bit more interesting to people that aren't necessarily beekeepers but are thinking about becoming beekeepers. So the show and then it's obviously evolved into what it is today, which is kind of cool. So I technically had their idea, but mainly because my lad's got heaps of talent and knows how to film stuff and edit stuff and does all the jolly hard miles. Perhaps don't ask his wife. Ask how many hours he actually spends in the back room making this show.
It's all right. Where are we up to? Hi guys, loves your show. Hey Connor, put anything other than water-based paint on the hives, copper uplay to protect them from the weather. Actually,
I have ended up using oil-based paints on the actual some of the hives, and that seems to work quite good. I normally use as far as the copper lapelling. Anyway, what I use is it's stuff down here. It's a similar kind of gear, but it's called a pink primer, which is a thinner wood treatment. So I put that underneath there, under the this is on the virgin boxes. I get there. And so that just sort of protects them, and then I put the paint on top of that. Some of my old boxes that I'm redoing, I'm starting to use like oil-based paints, because the water-based paints and the old paints that are on there just don't the shit doesn't stick to them.
Yeah. So,
or you can wax dip them. That's kind of cool fun. It'll try you out if you just don't do that without your safety boots on.
That'd hurt. There is a trend here in the US to dip the boxes in wax. Yeah. Hey, Be Charming. Thank you for joining us from Florida.
Yep. Hello from Florida to Florida. Hello. What's the weather doing in Florida? That's another nice warm part, isn't it? That's where Florida's a nice part of the world too, as far as
except
weather
for the
goes.
hurricane the other week. I hope you guys weren't too impacted by that.
That's a good point. Stay in it. Yeah, see what happens. I don't watch the news enough. I know what the hell's going on.
Where are we? Oh, Jacksonville Beach here. Oh, nice. Hot and humid.
Yeah.
Spending a couple of years learning, and then we'll be making some top bar hives. I can't do the whole boxes as I use a wheelchair. That makes sense, Phil. That's a good approach. Yeah. The top bar hive gives you the access from above, and it's pretty much just supports itself. That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And you can, I'm assuming you build them so then you can have the height that you need. So that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just make sure, obviously, if you're going to have a top bar hive, just make sure you're opening, if you're making it yourself, that your lid opens towards the front, so you're working from the back. So you're not working in front of their opening.
Yeah. So don't have the door on the side that you're going to be working from.
Yeah.
Florida is okay. I don't mind hurricanes and Africanized bees.
Oh, gosh, you got Africanized bees as well. Mongrel things. They're a little bit excitable, them lot.
Hey, Will the beekeeping gardener on holidays. That's cool. Nice. How's the school holidays going? I wish I was on holidays, but then I'd get bored and then start doing stuff. No African bees north of Orlando.
Okay, cool. That's good.
Nice.
Yeah, we haven't actually got any Africanized bees. We've just got some girls that get really toey. They haven't been played with for a while. I had a hive the other day I was down working on, and they just come pouring out of the box and they were everywhere. So I had to walk away. I was smoking myself with my smoker, and they were just ding, 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 as you would know, all over me hat and everywhere else. It's like, oh my God.
Hey Dan, how you going?
That's it, hey lads. Good on you. Oh my goodness, it's all going. Is that the weather maybe for? Sorry, Jaden Lee. Is that maybe because of the weather? They don't overwinter well or something? Because I know the Africanized bees, they'll swarm off a bit quicker or something.
And too many beekeepers in North Florida for them to take a foothold.
Okay. Yep. Keeps them under control.
Are you referred? Craig's got a question. Are you referred as the Benny Hill beekeepers? Probably.
Yeah, most of the time. Or that painting dude, whatever his name was. There's some dude.
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross of beekeeping, apparently.
Hey, J-Mum. Hope you Bush Me Man love watching you guys. Thanks, Jamie. What do you think about the horizontal hives?
Yeah, you're talking about like top bar hives? Horizontal, as in top bars? That's horizontal, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
it goes up ways.
Yeah. Yeah,
we're completely stupid and we don't know what we're talking about.
If that's the question you're asking, yes, we like I like them. Obviously, they can't move the bloody things. That's the main problem with them. But yeah, if you've got plenty of feed for the whole season, there's no reason why you can't use them. They're quite good. Heck, we're getting a bit of a run on.
That's good.
Yes, top bar. Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry, Bill. We're just clarifying here.
Oh yeah, so North Florida gets frost through December to February. That's why there's no foothold as well.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Be charming. I don't mind hurricane. 64 years native and perfect survival record. Nice work. Don't know about African bees, but sure enough, they tend to get nasty. Yeah.
Yes. They pick the wrong day. They get really excited.
J-Mum, hi fellas, love the show. Wondering if you would try to make a hive out of a wine barrel or whiskey barrel.
I've taken a hive out of a wine barrel. that was fun.
I don't know how you'd make it accessible.
That's
part of the law is you have to be able to access.
Yeah, the biggest drama is if you put your brand on it, you have to be able to get, if the inspector comes around, he has to be able to pull the frames out. So, yeah. I mean, it's a bit like the whole, I wanted to do some antique beekeeping in the skips. Not skips.
What?
Oh, anyway, the cane baskets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to do a few of them to show you a bit of history, but apparently we're not allowed to do that because if the inspector comes,
find it in the book.
Yes, if the inspector comes, he can't look in there, and then you get himself in a big tiz. So,
I saw it the other day.
What's it? G'day, mate. How are you guys going outside to the highest day today with me? Wish I sluck. Also, subscribe. Cool. New subscribers. We love new subscribers. Thank you very much.
Where is this?
Don't forget, what is that? We had a bloke, lass.
Is that the one you think?
Yeah, them, the old skips. Well, what is it called? It's called something like that. Anyway, the traditional types of beehives. Yeah,
these ones.
Back in the day when they used to have them in a cray pot.
We're also putting the wrong way around. These books on the website as well. So if you took the photos and put them up today.
Yeah, if you've got some youngsters that you want to read a bedtime story to and you make it a bit environmentally friendly, this is really cool and very informative and beautiful pictures. Yeah, really cool. Heck, we're getting distracted here.
Sorry. Yeah, so there's really cool pictures. It runs through the history of beekeeping, how bees reproduce and keep the pollen and everything. And yeah, it's really cool diagrams about they're going to be on the website, so if you'd like to pick up one. And also with the website, just bear in mind, especially if you're in the US, all the prices are Australian, so it's only 70% of whatever the price is US dollars. I think Australian dollars only 70 cents to the dollar. And same with Patreon. So if you give, if you give $10 on Patreon for US, what we get on the other end is a lot more. So keep that in mind as well. So, and thank you for supporting us on Patreon. And if you don't already, if you want a bucket month goes a long way. It makes a big difference. So yeah.
Yeah.
It helps
We
keep
might
the
be able
show
to pay
going.
for it. We might be able to help pay for the. Apparently, we had to get a jolly new lens because the lens on the camera that we had was a bit.
I need another lens so
we
we
had to
can
have
film
yeah,
both. So
yeah. Well, then we had to get. This is the good part where we got in trouble. We had to have a dust-proof lens, so that was a bit more exciting.
yeah,
but
I
it
was
cost a bit more.
looking at a nicer like a lens, and it was about trying to make sure it was dust proof and everything. Anyway, back to questions. Sorry.
Yeah, the top bars they are easier on your back, and of course, and they're also if you design them right and you work them right, you don't actually have to worry about getting near the brood nest when you're taking the honey, so you don't get them so excited. That was the original. Hence why they're sort of popular in Africa, where their angry bloody African bees come from. They can work and take the honey out the back rather than like your normal box where you open them and of course the girls are whooshing up through the lid. Yeah.
Steve,
whooshing.
Yeah, Steve, we have inspectors here in South Australia, so
Yes, they get excited.
definitely.
You don't want them to get excited.
Are you going to do any queen grafting this season? I'm on my second run this week with queens, finding it a bit hard in the drought in New South Wales.
Tell me about it. That's why I haven't got too excited. Yeah, it was a mongrel idea. If there's not enough feed, it makes them jolly hard to get going. So you got to, because obviously you've got to have your feeder boxes and you got to have the blooming extra bees to feed them. So yeah, it's all a bit hectic, and that's why I haven't really got too excited here. The last couple of seasons have been absolutely woeful. We had enough trouble keeping them alive, never mind doing anything else. So we get it. Hopefully, we'll get some good rain, and then we'll have a crack at it. So that's But let us know how you get on.
Would love to start an AZ hive. Have you thought about doing one? What's an AZ hive?
I don't know. We'll find out in a minute.
Sorry, I don't know what that is.
Sorry, we're catching up to speed.
A really good book is also the new book. That's cool. I've got a point of having locally acclimatized bees and ideally survival stock. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that's what you kind of want to aim for.
Yeah.
Me and my mate last year got 21 kilos out of 8 frames. Wow.
Well done.
Nice work.
That's the way. That was a good year. That's what you want.
You can also get long hives, which take Langhorse frames. Oh yeah, so they essentially
which is pretty much what we did with the fridge. That was like that was. It was sort of the Langsworth frames in a top bar or in a long horizontal hive.
Yeah,
that was my idea with that thing.
They're probably in Africa because they're simple to build. Yeah, that's
that's a good point too.
Do you ever run double brood box?
I reckon I had this question earlier. Yes, I have run a double brood box, but mainly over winter. So that they'll overwinter a bit better, and they can, because I found if they can move up to where the honey is, they can keep that warm and feed themselves a bit easier. But I found it a little bit of a complication in the spring. There was added another job. So I don't know. The jury's out. So it depends on how many boxes you've got, and how much time you have.
Cool. Well, can you guys do sorry.
Jared.
Greetings from Ireland. Hey, so to follow up, if you want a hive, do you need to get a license in South Australia?
Well, it's technically not a license. Well, it is, I suppose. It's a register. You have to register. You have to get yourself a number or a name. So you got to get some letters, and you've got to brand your box so that they know who you are and where you are, and so I guess it's registering, but it's so they can just track you down if they want to.
Can you guys do a video on how to assemble and wire your frames and how to embed the foundation? We sure can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think we've actually done a video on that.
We might have, but that'd be a long time ago.
I think we videoed one early on, but I shot it in a different way, thinking that we're going to do more tutorial videos. But so we'll definitely do that.
We can do that again.
Hey, Jeff Cook.
Properly.
How you going? Jaden Steve, it depends on location. Yeah, in Florida they have a similar thing to what we have. With the numbers.
Yeah. We got letters, but same idea. Yeah, you have to put it on the boxes.
Will, who's lucky enough to be on holidays, would like to know how much honey do you get from 8 frames per super? 8 frame super.
An 8 frame super? As in, obviously if it's all full. You get about 5 kilos a frame, depending on... That also depends on what sort of honey it is, because different honey weighs different amounts. So how good's your maths? Since you're at school, you can figure that out for me. But 8.5.
25 pounds. So what's that kilos? I can't remember. I don't know. I can't even figure that out on top of my head.
I don't know. There's probably an app for that somewhere.
Somebody wants to Google.
And then we could really get excited. Is that American pounds or English pounds? Because the American pounds are a lot closer to kilos, whereas English pounds are like 2.5 kilos. Just to really mess with your head.
Is it? Okay, I'm going to learn something. So the conversion rate for pounds in America versus England are different too.
Yes, I'm pretty sure they are. I'm pretty sure the American weight pound is like
11.33 kilos. So
yeah.
Okay, so pounds, the weight. So when before we went to the imperial system.
Maybe it isn't. No, maybe I'm telling lies.
Because the metric and the imperial system. So we're now metric, and America's still in the imperial. So I think the imperial system was consistent across the board.
Is it? Well, there you go. I thought they were slightly different.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so there you go. 2.2 kilos, Jared, there for a pound.
Yeah.
And 11.
No, that's what 25 pounds works out to be.
Oh. Yes. Whatever the answer to that was, Steve said yes. We're having, I don't know. That's what I got told, that was two different things.
Hey, Brendan from Colorado. Thanks, mate. All right. Car battery, stainless steel wire, and a lot of, definitely with the wiring. But Dad built something really cool, so we'll show you. I think we showed it before, but we'll show it again. How long have you been doing YouTube? We're going to be coming up 2 years in October, which is crazy.
Yeah.
To think. I think it's been, it doesn't feel like 2 years. But we're getting there slowly. But yeah, so make sure you share it with all your friends. Keep getting it out there. Where are we up to?
There, see, they're slightly different. US pints and ounces. I knew it was something.
That's a liquid measurement, not.
Yeah, but it's still similar.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure the American
so you're talking
pounds and ounces are slightly different to the English ones.
That's
it's US are different.
No,
I'm
pounds
sure
and ounces are different. It's like
milliliters.
It's like liters and kilograms.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I get that part. I know
what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah, US gallon is 20% lighter.
Shit, but okay, fair enough. But what you're trying to tell me is that they had to do pounds. It's like saying, it's different kiloliters. Liters.
Yeah, I know ounces and pounds are different things, but
different measurement system.
That's my point. Originally was my point.
No, like on top of that, it's different from America to England
when
it comes to measuring liquids. Not measuring weight.
Weight, it is weight as well.
Yeah, but it's like a cup of water. Say 1 liter of water weighs 1 kilo. 1 liter of water weighs 1 kilo.
This is the behind the scenes moment.
1 liter of water weighs 1 kilo. So, but 1 liter of honey does not weigh 1 kilo.
No, I didn't say it did. We weren't talking about that.
No, but you're trying to talk your way out of being wrong.
I don't think
you're not as skillful as my wife is at that.
I don't think I'm trying to talk my way out of being wrong. I was just making the comment.
You weren't completely wrong though.
That the imperial measurements and the US measurements are not exactly the same.
Is different.
No, I'm sure for weight it is too. No, somebody save me. I'm pretty sure it is. Because I know when the almonds get imported from California to Australia
how about we just go to metric system? That would be easier. It makes sense.
Anyway, it might. Sorry. But talking about going to the metric system, bloody, when they changed us from gallons to litres, they changed it you get 4.5 litres in a gallon. They changed the jolly price. They changed the volumes, but they didn't change the bloody price at the fuel pump.
Yeah, true. Steve was like, this is how wars start.
Yeah.
Be charming low. Exactly why I don't do metric. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
20 ounces a pint. In English, it's that a pint got... I'm so confused. Anyway, the only time I've seen kilos anything on a speedometer in your car. Okay. I think you're right. I'm assuming you're telling me I'm right.
I think I'm
That's
right.
me.
No.
I think B Charming's talking about me. Push Me Man is confusing. Yes, he fucking is.
Sorry, Will. Sorry, Will. I've created a controversy.
Yeah. 1 US liquid gallon weighs 8.234 pounds. That's 3.7 kilos.
At room temperature, no more. I like it, Susan. Well done.
So it's oh man.
But we're still confused as to whether. My question is the US pound and the Imperial English pound not the dollars, but are they the same weight?
Yes, I'm pretty sure they are. What's different is in the weight of a liquid. The volume of liquid is a different system.
I'm not talking about the liquid.
No, that's what they're talking about. Is that what you're thinking of? Is not weight. It's the liquid volume that's different.
I did not, and that is not where this conversation started. Anyway, doesn't matter. Moving right along. Get back to
yes,
thinking.
Exactly. Jaden's right. It's not. It's same weight, not the same volume.
Thank you,
If that makes
Steve.
sense.
I love you.
No,
Steve just said, fuck it anyway. Doesn't fucking matter. Moving right along. See, he just can't afford to be wrong. You know, even when he is right. Anyway.
I'm fucking right. That's it. Yes. US volumetric measures are 20% smaller. I guess they dented the bucket at Mayflower. Now I get that. That's awesome. I like it.
Oh, is that? Hang on, that's a cool little tidbit. I love that. So when they took the weight, it had a dent in the bucket. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh my god,
awesome.
that is. Oh, hey, if nothing else, this is a history channel here.
Well, you learn that the dad's mostly wrong, and you learn.
Oh, you see, you can't leave it alone. You just stick the boot in.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Steve.
next time
glad
I'll
you're
drop the
having
bloody
fun.
thing on his foot and crush his toe so he can't kick me as hard. Anyway.
Okay, so David is weighed in. Once upon a time, US and UK measures were different, but now they're the same for quantity measures.
Okay. See, I knew there was. See, hey, that technically means we're both right.
You weren't never wrong. You're just wrong on the.
Oh, now backpedal. Hey, that's, you know, if he was on a forklift, at the minute it'd be going beep, 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 as if he'd going backwards. Anyway, sorry, I digress, but. Oh.
Hey Nathan, how you going?
Sorry, Nathan.
Sorry, we were just having a big argument about pounds versus volume versus weight.
No, that wasn't the.
It was the fucking.
No,
argument.
it wasn't. The argument was about whether the US measurements and the
but-
English measurements.
But you told me it was weight, but it's not weight. It's about volume was different.
Oh, measurements was what I originally was talking about. But anyway, God, hell, he doesn't like to admit it.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the point. That was what I...
All right. Anyway, moving on. We should go soon because we're going to keep filming. But anybody got any
Yes,
last?
exactly right, Steve. Moving the fuck along. God.
All right. Anybody got any
Nobody
last
really
questions?
gives a shit, actually,
All right.
in the end. Look, we've still got people
so
going,
in the US,
though.
you get less beer. Is that what it comes down to? In a cup? When you ask for a pint?
Hell, it'd be no good going to the cricket then, because they only give you this piss-ass little cup now. Fuck.
Jordan, that's a good t-shirt. I digress.
Yeah.
I'm going to make that. That'll be on the store in the next, tonight. So.
Just a little. What is that? Just a little sidetrack. Side issue.
You know, when you go on a 4-minute rant, you're like, I digress.
Only because you were picking on me.
Oh, it's the... Oh, okay. A pint is a pound. Okay, whatever. Let's move on.
Yes, a pint is a pound the world around. I like that. Hey, that's almost a saying in itself. B Charmer. I like that.
Have you ever heard of the hog half comb system?
No.
Half comb system.
No, I was in. Well, I know about having half size frames, but is that what you mean? As in the smaller frames? We have heaps of different frame sizes for taking the honey off. Ross rounds, you see. Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just, that's a whole weight thing. Like, that's really what and, oh man, I'm just, how many frames do you make and buy? But yes, you're right. I've got some that we don't really show, the half frames.
Nathan wants to know, are you fellas planning on travelling abroad sometime soon?
We would love to. We just need the resources.
Just need the financial means.
We need to be able to pay for it and somehow or other pay for all the stuff that goes on back here if we're not home. So, tell you what, I don't know. Yes, we would love to. We'd love to take the show on the road. Maybe we could do an American talking tour. That might pay for us.
Would you put wood, preserve, copper, nitrate before the paint?
There's plenty of those recipes. Just be a bit cautious on your edges where you're going to have the bees in contact with it. You've just got to be a little cautious. But there's plenty of recipes for that. I've drifted down the road of actually using like I said, the pink primer, which is pretty much a professional wood preservation, but it really all of that gets down to how many you're doing. If you're doing 5, well, it doesn't really matter. If you're doing 5,000, it gets a bit interesting.
GG, I've followed up with them. I'll get back to you ASAP when they get back to me about the cup. I'm sorry about that. I'm assuming you're the person I was talking to on Reddit.
Oh, with the exploding cup business? Yeah, that was a bit rotten.
Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, I'll chase up Thread shirt and find out what's going on. If you served a 1 pound at a club, oh god,
he's still at it.
If you served a 1 pound pint at a pub in the UK, you'd be prosecuted for serving short measures. Okay, that makes sense.
Did you read that?
Anyway, Gigi, I'll reply to you now, just to see if we can make it work. But anyway,
where would we travel first? Heck. Well, I don't know. We'd probably end up in the US because it's kind of like where a fair bit of our audience is. But hell, we can be corrupted. Anything's possible. Oh, I don't know. Hell, maybe we'll have to do another crowdfunding thing and see if we can raise the finances. Because, man, it'll be an expensive exercise. Unless it's what are they called?
Angel investor.
No, I was thinking of one of those people that have got way too much money to spend, and they're called something philanthropist.
Yeah.
If there happens to be a philanthropist beekeeper out there that would like to see us travel, just click the donate button, and hell, you never know, we'll pop up in America before you know it. If you happen to have a rich uncle, well, hit him up.
Awesome. All right, I think we should wrap this up because we got to get back to work because it's been over an hour. How's the truck crane coming along?
Yes, tickety-boo. It's looking really good, actually. We're going to go out there and have a bit of a play around. The only excitement that I found out the other day is a bloke's got to get a different license so I can load it up. I can drive it unladen, but I can't drive it laden, so that's another excitement. But anyway, yay for regulations.
Where are we? Sorry. Now for the important stuff. What's everybody's opinion on Audi selling 1 kilo of honey for $8? We bought a tub for shits and gigs, and it tastes like golden syrup.
It probably is. That's probably exactly what it is.
It probably is.
Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs that they can take a beautiful natural product and bastardize it for money. It's a Well, tell you what. When I was a kid growing up, I wasn't all that keen on honey because I only had it from the supermarket. When you get a beekeeper turn up, and then it will be different every year because it depends what flowers they're on, and that's what honey's meant to be. It's meant to be a bit like wine. It's meant to be an experience. And so you can say, this has got a nice flavour of gum trees, and it must be harvested on the northern slopes. No, anyway, that's a reference to the wine labels when you read them. So yes, it's a pity that they can take such a gorgeous natural product and screw it up.
Similar thing with olive oil, like B Charming was saying.
Yes. Yeah. Well.
See you, Will. And I.
Thanks, Will.
Jamie, I hope your ribs don't hurt too bad when you stop laughing. Cool. All right. Okay. We should go and actually get some.
Good on you, Steve. He's having a good afternoon. I know the feeling.
Well, that's a bonus. I guess that's a bonus of not doing it in the middle of the night. Dad hasn't been drinking, so.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I usually get told off.
Yeah, nothing better than actual honey, GG.
Yeah.
Good honey is great. I'm still on the hunt for some orange blossom honey. Haven't had some in ages. No, great for coffee. Good point.
It is, and it's nice and easy to extract too. So, hopefully we'll get some. Good on you, Steve.
Cool.
Enjoy that. Whatever you're drinking.
We're going to keep filming. We're halfway through filming an episode, but we'll keep... Thank you guys for tuning in. And, we'll see how...
Where are you, Jaden, if it's 10 p.m?
In the east coast of America.
Oh.
No, not quite, 10 p.m. Oh, is it?
Oh, he has some... Yes.
Anyway, we'll do this again. Let us know if you leave a comment. Let us know, or however you want to. If you like the timing better than the usual timing, like early in the morning for the US, or if we should do it like an hour earlier, or just give us some feedback. So cool, and don't forget to keep subscribing, liking, sharing, all that shit to keep promoting the channel. And thank you guys for anybody that follows, supports us on Patreon. You guys make a big difference because you keep the show going and help us to build the resources to keep it going. So yeah, and like Dad said in the episode last week, the Patreon money is not going towards buying beekeeping equipment or any of that kind of stuff. It's about supporting the show and keeping it rolling.
And trying to buy the equipment to keep the show rolling. So because we started with, I guess, limited equipment to make it happen. So we need to, shit wears out, especially electronics, or it gets too old and you can't upload stuff. So cheerio to you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for helping us out.
You guys make a big difference. So yeah. And thank you guys all for tuning in and asking questions and stuff. And we'll do it again next month.
Yep. Love you guys.
Have a good day. Bye.